which is why I've always felt like it's probably difficult for a lot of attorneys to scale, because what they're good at is what they're good at. And as you know, scaling a business and practicing law are two completely different things. Have you found that too? Because I have found that you could see that there's only a select few of law firms that have really been able to master the process of scaling their business, and everyone else is like one-man shop, four-man shop. It's like smaller. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. So I think that's where law firms have trouble, is exactly that. So you can be a really good lawyer, and then you're probably not going to have a big firm because you're not a good business person. You can be a really good business person and you can grow really fast, but you might frankly do really crap work and put out really bad product because you're not a good lawyer. So the challenge is like, you want to be both. And there's a lot of different ways to do that. You can be a good lawyer and a good businessman. But I had to do that. I had to learn how to run a business, right? I had learned how to be a good lawyer, but I had to learn that. And then you could also like combine them. So I know some firms that have done really well where they essentially have a business partner who's a really good business person, and then a really good lawyer who's kind of overseeing the quality of services. And we've kind of done a little bit of that too, which is I go out and actively try to hire the best lawyers I can to put them in leadership and governance positions, so they will make sure that all the junior attorneys are producing the best product.
So what does the structure of your company look like? And I'm going to call it a company. I'm not going to call it a law firm. What does the structure of your company look like? And before you get into it, I'll tell you ours are public adjusting firm. We're growing to a point where it's myself, CEO. We have a COO. We're going to the plan is to get a CMO of like marketing in place, and, operations lead. We have desk adjuster leads. Everybody's got like a lead in their separate little department. That's sort of how it goes. Like anything else, we originally structured it off Traction, and it's kind of gone a couple different ways. EOS, I don't know if you know about that, but it's kind of gone a couple different ways, but there is a lot of structure. How do you guys have it structured?
Yeah. So EOS is a fantastic system. There's no question. And I think I like the way you've structured it. So ours is similar, but different. I personally don't feel like we're big enough to have a C-suite yet, but we do have a D-suite, right? There's no fundamental difference, except in theory, you would have numerous directors working under numerous C-suite employees, and we only have one level of D level. So I sit at top. I don't really call myself anything. Could be a president or a CEO. They all know who I am. They know I'm the owner of the firm.
You're a visionary.
Yeah, I just don't put anything in my signature. We're a corporation, so technically I'm a director and shareholder and president. But so when I have to sign things, I do all that. But in the firm, they just know who I am. And then underneath that, we have two, what I would call kind of co-equal governance positions. The first is our DOO. She is not a lawyer. And the second is our managing attorney, who is definitely a lawyer. So the managing attorney, so there's like different branches that come off of those. Sometimes they intersect, but usually not. So the managing attorney sits over the attorneys.